welcome to You Can Make It. It doesn't matter what is happening today in this life, there is always a brighter future awaiting us. Thank you for always tuning into this program, and we're talking about no matter how what life offers to you, life will not give you what you deserve, life will give you what you demand. This is Simon and Samantha saying you can make it. I'm here in the studio this day with Joshua Abutu. Thank you for always coming to share thoughts with us.
Thank you, sir. It's a
Okay.
pleasure to be on your program.
Thank you very much. You know, in life there are things that we face, and if we don't handle them very well, those things, the challenges that we face that we don't handle carefully, has a lot of things to do even as we progresses. Especially when you are a young man, you need to be very careful that the type of choice you make, the things you do, we are going to look at. If you ask me, I will just tell you the right wisdom for living. Wisdom to live a life that guarantees you a greater future. I wanted to look at what we are talking about today. Wisdom for living, that today, when you are a young man, you are alive, and you intend to look as if the future is very far. But there are some things you begin to make that affect you all your life. Okay, over to you, my brother.
Thank you, sir, for this time again to look at life choices that haunt us, perhaps when we are old.
Yes.
There is always this temptation that you are always going to be young. Life is going to continue
Just the way it was.
just the way it was or the way it is,
Mhm.
without taking into cognizance that this life, you don't own it. And then the time we spend on a daily basis are not yours. The 24 hours time schedule is in the hand of another person, and he grants it to you the way he wants it, how he wants it. So so I think it is fitting in our own time and in our country history that we look at these life opportunities that we waste, that tends to come back as a weapon of regret when we are much older. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the things I want to be discussing with us today is the first thing we are going to be looking at: marrying wrongly. There's a way to enter a city. For example, you have a house. When somebody want to come into your house, the person will have to come through the door. If he comes through the window, it's a thief. You need to make the right choice when it comes to marry. A lot of people are always looking at, oh, if I want to marry somebody of good character. I want to marry a good person. I want to marry a God-fearing person. I want to do this one. Then all of those, you begin to look at those. Now, those things that you are looking for in somebody, do you have it? Are you a God-fearing person? Do you take responsibility? Are you willing to make the sacrifice to make your marriage successful? Because if you don't marry rightly, there is tendency for you to regret as you progresses in life. Marrying the right person. Where do I find the right person? Where? And if you want to actually marry the right person, I want to recommend to you, you be the right person. Those things you are looking for in other persons, you be that person. Then so that you can find, because like begat like.
Yeah.
An orange will give birth to orange. A corn, when you plant a corn, you get corn. When you plant mango, you get mango. When you plant yam, you get yam. So what are you looking for? That thing you are looking for, sow it. That's why many marriages are falling apart today, because we are always thinking that somebody else will complete us. Somebody else will come to make our marriage work. Somebody else will come. Listen to me. If you want to get the best out of your marriage, you be that you expect. Because what you sow, that's what you reap.
Yeah.
You cannot sow something else and expect something else in return. A lot of people enter into marriage thinking that all their problem will be solved when they are not committed. So it's very important.
Yeah. And it is good to look at marriage from a long-term perspective.
Yes.
Marriage is like a marathon, not a 100-meter
Dash.
So many of our young person enter into that institution with the modern mindset, the contemporary mindset, that doesn't respect long-term commitments. So it affects your choices if you think the way you prepare for a 100-meter is not the same thing you prepare for a marathon. So many people get to marry without that preparation that this is for life. Some even get to marriage with the idea of, okay, if it's not going to work, I divorce. So, and then we injure ourselves, because marriage is meant to complement you. We don't have everything put together, and that's how God designed us. So the woman comes into your life to complement you. The man comes into your life to complement you. So if we must look at it from this point of longevity. It's a lifetime thing. We know issues may come up, even in a perfect marriage, issue does come up. But with the mindset that I'm in this thing for life, with commitment, with the mind of responsibility, I think you will be happy, because marriage, you begin with your partner, and then children comes in, and that is if God bless with children. And after a while, the children disappears from the home again. It remains two of you again. And at that age 65, 70, that's when you need each other more. And I think it's something we need to be serious about, looking at what we need to do, what we ought to do. For instance, there are some parts of our African culture that are very good, like the issue of, okay, this lady I'm dating or this man I'm dating, who are his parents, who are her parents, doing things the right way, laying a foundation that will last. That will last. If you are part of a religious organization, you have to look at what are the value system that religious organization put in place as a foundation for marriage. And then commit yourself to that. But when we are jumping, I remember when I was going into marriage, and I wanted to jump the protocol. So the reverend that was going to marry us asked us to do a Bible study for a period of time. And I was not so happy about it. I'm already a pastor. Why is he asking? So I think I remember I asked the reverend, my wife is traveling to the USO, so how can you waive this? And the man told me, okay, choose between the US travel and this lesson, because these lessons are very, very important. You can't skip it, whether you are a pastor, whoever you think you are. And when I submit myself, we submit ourselves to that tutelage, I can tell you that my marriage is successful today because I follow the pattern that is laid down. You can't reinvent the wheel when it comes to the issue of marriage. And those who think they can change the wheel are suffering the consequence of it today.
Wow. So it's very important who you marry so that you can avoid the life of regret. You can see today, we're talking about wisdom for life. Things you do that you regret in life later. It's very important who you marry matters. Because when you look at this figure 8, you are looking at figure 4, figure 10, figure 20. When life matter to you, you find out that it's no longer the figure. You'll be looking at what make up that figure. So it's very important that who you marry matters. The good you are looking for, are you good? That thing you are looking for in a woman or in a man, do you have it? Because a man cannot vomit what he has not eaten. Now, another thing again that bring regret to people, manage opportunity. You know, there's a saying that opportunity comes but once. But I want to tell you, opportunity comes every time. Every opportunity you have, manage it very well. They say opportunity come, but many doors will be open for you when you are still young. Many doors will be open for you. But the only few will use it well. When you are still young, make sure you make the best use of any opportunity that comes your way. Take advantage of them so you don't regret them when you get old. You see, one of the things I hate in life is regret. Make good use of the opportunity you have today. That relationship you have, the way you part in a relationship matters. Don't just part thinking that to hell with that person, it doesn't matter. No, because you don't know where you are going to meet that person tomorrow. You know, there's something that I practice. I never pass a door and lock it. It's very bad when you use a thing and you forget it. Now, if you don't need that door, you don't need to pass that door tomorrow. Your son might need it. Your friend might need it. What will be said if they mention your name? Will that door be locked or will the door be open? So never abuse opportunity. You have contact with somebody today, make sure you keep that relationship. If you're ever going to leave that relationship, live well. Don't, because tomorrow, that same person you look down on today, have your recommendation tomorrow. I want to say to you today, you can make it. We are talking about wisdom for living. Things you don't do well that bring about regret in your old age. Maybe you are 40 years, you are 50 years. If you are 50 years, you have done your half time. You are now in your quarter time. If you are in 40 years, brother, welcome to life. You need to take up and begin to do things right. If you are 20, don't deceive yourself, say, I am still young. Listen to me. It is what you plant. Your future is hidden in your today. That great future you are expecting is hidden in today. What you do today is the determining factor what becomes of your future. So make good use of the opportunity that you have. And as you do it, you will make it. You will not live a life of regret.
Yeah. And none of us is without opportunity. There's no single person that the Almighty God did not give opportunity. We have human resource opportunity, like the people that God or that destiny allow your path to cross. We have financial opportunity. Maybe that's the money that comes to your hand, even from early age. We have family opportunity. That is the family that God, maybe destiny, allow you to come through. We have other relational opportunities. If you don't use it, most of these opportunities are time bound. Like if you want to have a career in music, in rock and roll, you can't start it at 45. Your bones, your joints cannot twist. If you want to build a great financial legacy, you don't wait until, if you can't save 1,000 naira, if you can't save when you are earning 50,000, even when you are earning 5 million, you will not be able to save. Your discipline to follow financial regulations and how to save and manage money will help you. Because what kills people in their old age is the regret.
Regret.
Your blood pressure will go up. So how I wish you...
I won't have been going through this.
Or you run into your friend that you despise many years ago, and it's now a minister, or it's now a president, and then your heart just jump, you collapse and die. You see, and I agree with you. Where we are losing a lot is that human relation. We don't know how to manage human beings. We are parasites in our mind. You are a friend to a person only when he gets, when everything is around. We don't know how to manage people when they are down. And the person who is down today can become up tomorrow, and then it becomes part of your regret. You just shut the door opportunity. And another thing is, we should never think that life is so funny. What goes around comes around. Even if you do stuff in this city and move to Calabar, maybe you are in Abuja, you do something terrible, silly, and then you ask, let me go to Calabar. It will shock you how destiny will allow your path to cross.
You'll be surprised that is the village of
village the man you even, okay, so you move to Cote d'Ivoire or Ghana, or you move to America.
You don't know that's the man's son that you are going to meet.
I mean, I was in a place in the UK and I thought, I will never meet anyone here. Anyone here. And after 4 weeks, I went to buy something from the grocery store and met a former governor of a state buying something from the store. And I recognized him. I never knew that he lived around the well. So you should never deceive yourself that as I'm a young person, I can get away with stupid things, with irresponsibility. It will come back. It will come back. Yeah.
No, it's very important that don't abuse opportunity. Never despise people. You know, the people owe your accommodation. If you have to leave that relationship, leave it well, and so that your tomorrow you will find out that they can still be useful for you. We want to tell you, you can make it, you can succeed. We're not talking about wisdom for life. The things that people regret if not managed properly. Things that people regret if not managed properly. I want to tell you, before we call it a day today, I want us to look at number 3. We want to look at the God you disown. There is strength in a young man to worship, and the God or she to worship, and the desire to get old before they start to pray to him. It's a pity you will come to realize that you made a big mistake. By then you will be too late to amend your way. Now, it's very important for you to know this, that you should seek God while you are young. It's very important, because you see, this universe did not, don't believe what they tell you that man come from ape and all of those stuff. If man is from ape, how many ape have turned to man since? Why did this stop? So the truth of it is this: you put God first. Put God first in your life. Pray to him. There is a God that keeps this universe together. There is a God that creates you. A lot of people intend to remove that God factor in their life. When you wake up in the morning, what do you do? When you are going through difficulties and all of that things look as if it's not going to work, what do? You put God in your life. And when you put God in your life, I tell you, is the creator that was never created. He created everything that be, and without him there is nothing made that is made that we see today. If you put him first, he will also come to your aid. I don't know if you have something to say before we call it a day today.
Yeah, very quickly, I think the youthful age is on a very dicey period where people take religion very lightly. Whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim or whatever you think you worship, there are times in your life where you take those things lightly. And then for you to now arrive at a particular age in your life,
when you know that it will be long,
that you've really messed. But whether you like it or not, the day death come knocking, you will know that it's a God. When you are face to face with the inevitability of death, you will know that there is a God. You will know that you are going somewhere. I have sat beside the bed of many people that will be dying. You will know that you are not just human that will just die and become fertilizer. We came from somewhere and we are going somewhere. Never forget that.
So it's very important that you don't regret at your age. Now, these are the 3 points we share with you today, saying you can make it. The regret that people have at old age. Never think that you are very small. I'm very young, I'm 20 years, I'm 21 years old, I'm this and that. If you put him first, you will see the good of life. You will escape regret, and there are so many of that we want to share with you. Don't go away. This is Simon and Samantha and Joshua Abutu saying, you can make it. Don't give up. Until I see you again in our next edition, thank you for being a part of our program. God bless you.